You ever woke up and feel like I'm tired of manifesting? I'm tired of giving it energy. I'm tired of pouring into it. I am just tired. Well, I've been there, and that's what we're going to talk about today. Let's get into it. Hey guys, I am Dr. Stephanie Sinclair, a neurometaphysicist, and I help people like you take the science and spiritual and bring it together so that you can co-create a life that you love. And right now, I am in the middle of a series all about manifesting and co-creation, um, of course. And I really hate using the term manifest because we're not creating anything, it's already created. But for the sake of search engines will go for manifestation. And we are in the middle of a fast for manifesting right now. I am in the middle, and several of you, if you're watching this in real time. And so I'm adding this to the fasting for manifesting series. And I believe we are on day 11 of the manifestation fast. And part of where I'm getting my topics for us to speak about are things that I am and have experienced. And one that I don't hear people talk often about, and this one is great because it comes on the heel of the video about keep persisting, is what happens when you hit that space. You hit the darkest before dawn space. You're persisting, you're keeping your thoughts where they are, but you're really just fatigued. And it's taking more out of you to remain focused on that future desire right there. Now, I have heard many people, including Neville, say that if it's something you really desire, it's not hard to stay focused on it. But I can say that for me personally, sometimes when the 3D is not looking like what it is that I desire, and we're human, when we pretend like you can't pay attention, you don't see it. The truth is your job is not to change your state, but you definitely notice that there is a difference. And sometimes you're just over it. Sometimes you wake up and your mood is just, I don't have, especially during this fasting period, because during our sun up to sundown, we're fasting for hours and we're taking X amount of time during the day for our visualizations, for our affirmations, for the mental diet to be really on top of it. And I know I've hit periods where I am like, forget it. I don't want to do it. It's like, let me just focus on something else. And I kind of alluded to this on the video about persisting. Is sometimes it's easier to think about other things. It really is sometimes easier to take a break for a day or two, maybe 3 or 4 days. Stay in your fasting period. Stay on top of your mental diet, meaning catch any thoughts, ideas, ideologies that are not in line with what you want to create. But the energy that's exerted in the focusing, the conscious focusing on the thing desired, I sometimes lift up from that. And I have to be honest and say, I'm in one of those periods right now. If you can't tell from my energy, and sometimes it's easier just to hold up a minute. And so I found myself last night really just focusing on going to sleep in the end, in the state desired. I did focus on that. But what I realized every time I try to do conscious visualization today, and it's evening when I am recording this or late afternoon, every time I tried to do it today, I really was in the energy of fuck it. I really was in a space of fuck it. And I've been here before and still created the things that I desired. But I realized that in the name of the fast and sharing and showing with you guys, I could not pretend with myself because I would just be going through the actions while the reality is I've shifted, and I know it's momentary. I know it is. I've shifted to a fuck it, forget it. I don't like whatever state. And I know it's temporary and I know it, I've been here before. might last a day, it might last two. And part of what happens when I personally get to this space, and you can check in and ask yourself, is that I am struggling with the 3D versus what is desired. Maybe things are heightened in the 3D to show the thing not desired. And it's just so much easier for me to be like, you know what, forget this shit. I didn't change my mind. Let me just do something different. And so my truth is, I haven't visualized today. I haven't affirmed today, not about the thing desired. I have affirmed about me more than anything. And part of that is because I recognize where the effort mentality and the effort feeling and the effort energy is coming from. And it's a little piece of me that feels hurt. And I've got to heal me and work on me and work on my heart and work on me right now, right? And so sometimes you just have to be honest with yourself and say, you know what, I don't feel like it. And right now, I don't feel like it. I got other things that I can focus on, manifesting and co-creating. But my main thing for this month, I am taking today, possibly tomorrow, off of the actual focus 3 times during the day on that. Again, I'm still going to go to sleep and imagine the end. That maintains, because that is actually a part of like my daily routine at this point. But the during the day, I really could like chop somebody's neck off. So my attitude is not really right for it during the day. Attitude is not really right for it during the day. And sometimes we have to be honest about that. And so I don't know if this is coming off as encouraging, but the point of this is to encourage you to take that break if needed, to not continue to force yourself to do something if in the doing it is not feeling good to you right then. And it wasn't feeling good to me today. And I tend to feel that when something isn't feeling good for us, it's easier to back off of it for a day or two than to continue pushing and feeling worse. I needed a break. And so that's what I'm doing. And so I just want to give you permission to do that if needed. The other caveat to that is the reason you feel worse is because in the moment you're struggling to separate the 3D versus what's desired. So to continue to force a vision, to continue to be in that space actually highlights the gap more than ever. So sometimes we have to give our feelings and our emotions time to come down. Sometimes we have to give ourselves time to stable. So, like I said, I've been doing affirmations about me and self-concept today. I've been doing way more of my breathing exercises to regulate my nervous system. Because, baby, last night it was off the scale. So I had to like really bring it in. Really focusing in on me and just getting me back to a state where I can. And this is a conversation I don't see people having, because this is not how people have conversation about co-creation and about manifesting. It's this belief that it's, as long as you like keep the vision, well, you know what, I'm gonna hold that vision before I go to sleep. But the reality is during the day, I don't even want it during the day. Like right now, it's like, you know what? I'm too pissed. I don't feel good about it. I don't feel good about it. So I'm going to take the time so that I can feel good about what it is that I desire and really sit in that. I'm going to do the work on me. And I would much rather you take a day, 2 or 3, and do that work on you, and then return back to your 3 times a day during your fasting period, doing your visualizations, doing your prayers, and focusing. I would much rather you do that, because coming from it with an energy of anger or sadness or peeved or whatever the energy is, if the energy is not in alignment with that which is desired, you are working opposite of it anyway. And so you might as well not do it. So spend that time working on you and be willing to return back, once your emotions and your feelings are where they need to be. Don't forget the book Feeling is the Secret. Feeling is the secret. And if you are not in the space to feel yourself into it, take a dang on break. Give yourself that. Take a break from manifesting. A day, two, and sometimes you don't need that long. Sometimes you just need the afternoon. I need a day or two. You got to look at your situation, what's going on. I need some time. But I'll be back. I'll be back to it. And I mean, I'm saying that I might surprise myself and wake up in the morning and be like, all right, I'm back in it, you know? So yeah, I'd love to hear your thoughts. So that's my truth. That is me being as transparent as possible. And like I said, I've been through this before when I've done other fasts, especially when we get to the darkest before the dawn place. Sometimes that dark feels really heavy. It just does not, you can't see it all. And it feels scary and it really tests your faith. Ultimately, manifestation is a faith walk. Sometimes you can't see. Sometimes when you can't see in the dark, you just need to sit down. Sometimes in the dark, I don't want to keep moving. I need to stop walking for a minute and get my bearings together, deep breathe, get back in. I know I'm okay. I'm safe. I'm safe. I'm loved. I'm protected. I'm taken care of, and really self-soothe. Then after I self-soothe, I can continue to walk in the dark. But when you are in a space of not feeling safe and not feeling okay and not feeling taken care of, feeling anything other than that, and you go keep walking, oh, your anxiety is going to go through the roof in the dark. And that's the conversation no one's having. All right. So give yourself that permission. I'd love to hear from you if you have experienced this. If you have been there, I would love to hear from you. Let me know down in the comments. But I am still in it with y'all. I'm still in the fast with you, still doing it. And like I said, even me having this conversation with you, I'm starting to feel lighter and feel better about it personally. But yeah, be willing to give yourself that break and keep it moving because your future needs you. Till next time.